We got here a Balisong I've been waiting for so long to finally freaking have. Ever since it came out, I want it, and it is the BalisongFlipping Polaris. And get this thing open. I've already flipped it, but this is what it looks like. Comes in this really nice case, actually, pretty good, and has extra hardware there. And then the Polaris itself. Let me put this thing down. Now, my first impressions on this thing, I freaking loved it. Okay, I held it for like a good minute, just trying to figure out why it was so light. But I mean, that's probably a weird way to put it, but it is light. And flipping it, I was like, okay, this thing's really freaking neutral. It's pretty neutral. It fans insanely well. Choker fans. It's all put together really well. Combos are put together really well. It's easy to switch from trick to trick. And I just freaking love it. The one trick I'm having kind of trouble with on this is the giraffe. I feel like it just doesn't have enough momentum to like bring it up. And that's kind of about it. But it flips really nice. And this blue, that's freaking blue. You don't see that in very many like Balisongs like this. I believe it is 70-75. It is on bushings, of course, and it is freaking awesome. Sounds are good. When I first got it, it was a little dry, so I put some good carbon honey into it. Got it going, and overall, it's just a freaking great Balisong. Tolerances are really good. One thing I would like is a bite handle indicator, because that should just be on every Balisong nowadays. Every trainer is just useful to have, so you know if you messed up or not in order to practice. But other than that, it's pretty good. There are some things about the handles that I wish were a little smoothed out. Like, you see this well right here. It's great. It does give it the extra grip and the feeling of a sandwich, but it is kind of uncomfortable right on the very edge. That might just be me and my sensitive little hands, but when doing choker fans, it doesn't feel the most comfortable. It feels fine. It feels perfectly fine, but I do kind of feel the ridge kind of in my finger. It's not a huge problem. You probably won't even notice it, but that's just something I came up with. And but overall, the machining is really freaking good. There's just tons of detail in it. It is definitely one of my most beautiful looking Balisongs I have. Stands out in my collection for sure. Colors are really nice. And I compare this thing to, let me get it in my pocket, the Antarctic, because they're both kind of lighter. The Polaris is lighter than the Antarctic, and I think it's at like 3.8, 3.7 ounces. So light, but they both have kind of a small Tonto style blade, and that's kind of where it is. Just the blade, it's similar and it's light, but kind of compared to that. Also with the color, same kind of finish in a way and stuff. And there's freaking kids in the background. Sorry you have to hear that. I told them they need to go somewhere else for like 10 minutes, but they just won't listen, so whatever. It feels really good. This thing definitely competes with a lot of Balisongs in its price point. Noted, I don't have, or I've never tried a, what are they freaking called? Why is it Prisma Pro or a Prisma? And I hear those are really kings in the price range, so I haven't tried those out to compare. But I would say this thing does compare up to my Kraken, to me at least, and my Antarctic for sure, and lots of other Balisongs in my collection. Now, as far as the price, it is originally priced at $180. There was like a sale on it for like $150, $130, I believe, and I picked this up recently when he did a sale and was giving away for 50 blemishes for $50. So of course I hopped on that deal. I'm not sure if he's gonna do another one. I'm not sure if there's any available. Probably not. But either way, this thing, I could definitely see this thing being worth up to $180 for sure. It flips freaking amazing. Tolerances are all right. It is kind of shaky. That's kind of the only thing with it. Let's give it a bit of play. A little bit. I like the handle gap a lot. It's really nice. Overall, it's a really beautiful balisong. It flips really freaking nice. It does tricks like rollovers pretty well. And fans are great. Index rollovers are really good for it. On it. Yeah, and you know the rest of the package. It came with this nice little bracelet that you've probably already seen or noticed. And some stickers, which was really nice. But yeah, this thing was well worth getting. Sure, this is going to be it's going to be often flipped for sure. So it is. I might compare it to the Kraken. It's something that DJ Eyeless Pyro, I believe, did a video on comparing them, but I kind of want to get my own comparison with it. Maybe, if I have enough to compare it with, but I can make a good video out of it, I probably will. But otherwise, that about wraps it up for the Polaris by BalisongFlipping. This is an amazing balisong, and I do think that it would be really worth picking up. And you know, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.